What's going on, y'all? It's Gerald bringing you a brand new Black Ops 4 video. In today's video, we are going to be going over the huge patch that Treyarch just released October 30th. It's a huge update. So there are multiplayer balancing for the weapons and just a bunch of stuff. I'm going to go over everything with you guys. So this is going to be a little bit of a long video, I believe, because I want to just go over pretty much everything, and you can actually go on Reddit currently right now. Just Google Reddit Black Ops 4 patch notes. You can read all the patch notes there, or you can just hear my annoying voice in this video. I'm gonna be going over everything. So let's just dive right into it. October 30th update, multiplayer balancing pass, blackout and zombies update, gun game, plus more. So this week's major game update marks our first big multiplayer balancing pass since launch, including changes to weapons, specialist map spawns, score streaks, perks, gear, game modes, and more. In Blackout, we made updates to audio and armor behavior, unlocked 6 specialist character, missions to track down and complete, cranked the max player count for solos up to 100, and more. For zombies players, we've made several gameplay improvements and fixes, including Easter egg quests, fixes, and increased XP earn rates for hardcore and realistic difficulties. Our featured multiplayer playlists have also been updated with highly requested new modes, including the glorious debut of Gun Game. So that's pretty exciting. I played a ton of Gun Game, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and I had so much fun doing that. Also, Mercenary Deathmatch Mosh Pit has been added, Chaos Domination, and I guess they asked the question, what makes Chaos Domination so chaotic? Zone capture time is reduced to only 3 seconds. Round score limit is 150, up from 100, and player count is 6v6, and that's up from 5v5. We've had a ton of fun with it, and this edition is just another example of the playlist variants we have planned for weekly rotation in the featured category. Before we get into the patch notes, a word from the development team on our philosophy behind multiplayer updates. The spawns. In our ongoing effort to provide safer spawns, we've adjusted spawn logic and spawn placement across the board. In addition, spawn logic tuning has been done for enemy spawn waiting. What is it? Waiting? Waiting. Why does it say waiting? Well, I believe they wanted to say weighing on Slum Summit. Firing range, frequency, arsenal, and icebreaker, and these are the maps I believe that they fixed the spawns in. Players should see an immediate improvement in spawn health on the maps and modes listed below after applying this game update. Weapons. It was a huge update. I had like yesterday. I had to wait maybe like close to 20 to 30 minutes just for me to get into a game of Black Ops 4, which to me was, I mean, that's like forever. So this is a huge update. So let's get back into the update. Weapons. So the weapon ecosystem is in a healthy state since launch. We have not seen a standout best weapon in each class, and every weapon found a strong player base. I don't know about that. The ICR is a straight laser beam. I don't know what they're talking about there. And then also I believe the SMGs. I like the RK. Is it the RKS? I like the RKS a lot. So RK5 or RKS. I don't know what that. I can't remember what it's called, but those two guns I believe are the strongest as far as a standout best weapon in each class. So as far as the assault rifles and SMG goes. So anyways, let's get back into it. We designed Black Ops 4 with assault rifles meant to be the default go-to weapon class, with other classes meant for specialization. However, we agreed that run and gun SMG playstyles were being underrepresented. This update nudges the balance between assault rifles and SMGs closer together while maintaining the integrity of what each weapon does best, which is pretty cool because I believe that the SMGs needed to be buffed in this game because were just a ton of people just running around with ICRs, and the ICR definitely needed that gun needed to be nerfed because I mean grip 2 with that and no flinch. Come on, man. It's just how can you beat that gun at range? There's no way you're gonna be beaming someone from across the map if they have an ICR7 with grip 2 attached to it. There's just no way. Anyways, let's get back into the patch notes. The specialists. Our specialists have weapons and special issue equipment that can be game-changing tools if used in the right scenario, but some of these needed to be balanced properly against the others. This balanced pass creates more opportunities for counterplay sway against high impact weapons like Ajax ballistic shield, and tone down some overly consistent equipment such as recon sensor dart. You'll find details on each specialist changes in the notes below, and let's dive right into it. We've made the following updates to the game today on console. PC updates to follow shortly with additional PC specific changes and improvements. So these have been already updated for PS4 and then Xbox Ones, and they're saying that PC updates will be arriving shortly. Multiplayer, the playlist updates, featured playlist, gun game playlist added to the featured playlist. No parties allowed, obviously, in gun game. Mercenary deathmatch, Mosh Pit playlist added to the featured category. TDM and kill confirmed, no parties allowed. Hence the word mercenary. Chaos Domination playlist to featured category. What Chaos Domination is 3-second captures, 150 point rounds, and then 6v6. Hardcore TDM / hardcore kill confirmed player count has been increased to 6v6, and 2 specialist limit per team, that's pretty cool. So let's go. I guess they're gonna dive right back into the assault rifles and each weapon. So we're dialing back some previous buffs to assault rifles to help close the gap in effectiveness between ARs and SMGs, allowing SMGs to be more effective at firing on the move. So that basically means SMGs are going to be more effective when you're strafing, and they decrease the strafing of the assault rifles. Slight reduction to ADS and transition speeds for all assault rifles, which I just basically went over. So the ICR-7 has been nerfed, reduced headshot damage, and slight reduction to reload speed. The Vapor XKG, reduced close range headshot damage, and damage now falls off sooner. High caliber, reduced headshot multiplier, eliminating the possibility of a 3-hit kill. So that is it for the assault rifle. So let's go and hop into the submachine guns. Mobility is the primary strength of SMGs, speeding across the map to engage or disengage quickly. Some of the close range SMGs were performing quite well, while others struggled to compete with the rest of the category. This week's balancing pass levels the playing field between SMGs. So the MX-9 extended all damage ranges, high caliber, reduced headshot multiplier, eliminating the possibility of a 4-hit kill. The Cordite extended all damage ranges. The belt feed operator mode increased overheat rate. So that got nerfed. The Cordite, man, the operator mod on that, the belt feed, that's a straight noob gun. If you guys haven't tried it out, try it out. It's a pretty good gun. But what they just did is that they increased the overheat rate, so meaning that you can't just spam the trigger. The GKS quad shot operator mod, slight time increase in between bursts. So that got a nerf as well too. The SOG 9mm dual wield operator mod, reduced hip fire accuracy, that also got a nerf. Tactical rifles, we've buffed the ABR to be more competitive with the other tactical rifles while stepping down its operator mod to keep it from becoming a crutch attachment. The Swordfish received some attachment adjustments as well. The ABR 223 extended maximum damage range. Repeater operator mod now takes longer to accelerate fire rate. Stock slight reduction in movement speed bonus. Laser sight and laser sight 2 improve hip fire accuracy. So I mean, with the tactical rifles, I don't know why you would be trying to hip fire, but whatever. The Swordfish high caliber, reduced headshot multiplier, eliminating the possibility of a 3-hit kill. Pentaburst operator mod, reduced extra granted clip size. Sniper rifles, the other sniper rifle needed help to fight King Paladin. We're giving these rifles reduced idle sway and upping their damage to help finish off wounded targets more consistently. Removed turn sway when aiming down sights on all sniper rifles to better ensure the weapon reticle stays centered when turning. Paladin HB50 high caliber 2, hitting the lower torso on a full TAC 5 boosted enemy will no longer be a 1-hit kill. FMJ2 improved damage against score streaks. Stabilizer 2, player can now hold breath sooner after the previous hold breath. Okay. Outlaw, improved base damage from 110 to 130, reduce idle sway, increase base movement speed. Stock, slight increase in ADS movement speed bonus. The SDM, increased clip size from 10 to 12, reduce idle sway. Koshka, improved damage from 120 to 140. Stock slight increase in ADS movement speed and bonuses. To the light machine guns, some in the community have discovered that the Titan and VKM 750 are extremely effective weapons. We're toning them down before everyone jumps on the bandwagon. While they'll still be scary to face off against, players will now have a more reasonable chance to defend them against these to defend themselves against these LMGs. The Titan, so reduce headshot damage, reduce hipfire accuracy. Stock, reduce ADS movement speed bonus. The VKM 750, reduce movement speed while firing, reduce damage slightly, just overall, and fat barrel operator mode, reduce bullet tracer size. To the Hades crossbar operator mod, reduce movement speed and accuracy, steady grip improved recoil mitigation, pistol slight reduction to ADS and transition speed for all pistols, the RK7 garrison slight increase of the time between bursts, slight reduction to reload speed. Shotguns, this weapon class is close to where we want it, with only a couple of specific attachments performing better than intended. Shotguns in Black Ops 4 plays a different role than in passive Call of Duty titles, and those who have practiced cat and mouse gameplay can be highly effective with them. The Mach 12 choke barrel one-hit kill range reduce. Dragon's Breath operator mod resolved an issue where the Dragon's Breath occasionally triggered incorrect visual and sound effects on targets. The SG-12, the strobe light operator mod addressed an issue with the strobe light where it would remain on after death. Really? Live update coming soon to reduce the range at which the strobe light interferes with enemy aim. Attachments, so all weapons, grip 2 reduce ADS flinch mitigation. They reduce ADS flinch mitigation on grip 2, so does that mean that they nerfed it? I believe that they nerfed it. So suppressor, reduce damage fall off ranges. Holographic slight optic, reduce ADS recoil. Dual zoom optic, reduce ADS recoil. Recon optic, reduce ADS recoil. ELO optic, slightly increase ADS recoil. So the ELO actually got a nerf while the other optics got a buff. So recon, dual zoom, and holographic sight. Believe the ELO was being pretty much spammed. I love the ELO sight. It just gives you there's no zoom, so it doesn't really give you a zoom in like the other sites like the recon dual zoom or the holographic sight. It lets you see the whole map basically. So the ELO did get a nerf. So let's go on to the specialist Ajax. We're providing more strategic options to counteract ballistic shield and to help ensure the shield isn't activated too often in the same game. Explosives now apply partial damage to the front of a deployed ballistic shield user. Ballistic shield now takes longer to earn. Nomad, we want to encourage Nomad to work more closely with his canine unit to maximize effectiveness. Reduce canine unit health by 10%. Yeah, man, those dogs are annoying. I've never used Nomad myself. Maybe I should start using it. Crash, while we're happy that our support specialist is so popular, he was a bit too effective as a score streak farmer. Reduced teammate used pack score event from 50 to 25. Firebreak Purifier has been restored to its former glory. Increase Purifier flame damage to be a guaranteed eventual kill against a player who doesn't have tactical mass equipped. Recon intelligence wins wars, and Recon is living proof. We have intelligence that Recon's intelligence is too good, so we're reclassifying some of his resources. Some of his sources. Reduce sensor dart duration. Resolved an issue where voiceovers would incorrectly state that the player's sensor dart was destroyed. Torque. Many in the community have embraced Torque with inventive playstyles, though he's still struggling on a broader scale. We bolstered the effectiveness of his barricade to ensure he stays relevant in team compositions. Increase earn rate for barricade, increase hit points for barricade, address an issue that prevents TACOM from telling the player that their barricade was taking damage. Prophet's Tempest needed an upgrade to stand a chance of competing with the rest of the specialists. Greatly increased Tempest projectile speed, slightly increased Tempest chain distance. Resolved an issue where being hit by an explosive charge, but disabled the Tempest charge, preventing further arcing. So, which is pretty cool. The Tempest or the Prophet did get a did get a buff. That's pretty cool. I think I might be using the Prophet more often then. Now to the spawns. Spawns in Team Deathmatch. Tune spawn logic around how enemies impact where the game chooses to respawn the player. Spawn adjustments made for slums, summit, militia, and firing ranges, which is the maps. And domination, spawn adjustments made for icebreaker, contraband, hacienda, payload, gridlock, slum, summit, militia, jungle, and firing range. To hardpoint, tune spawn logic tuning around the around how the active hardpoint affects nearby spawns. This should provide more predictable spawns when battling over an active hardpoint. Additional global spawn adjustments to improve the ability for a player to anchor a location for their team's respawn relative to an active hardpoint. Spawn adjustments made for frequency and seaside. Free-for-all, spawn adjustments made for slums, summit, militia, and firing range. Control, spawn adjustments made for slums, summit, militia, and firing range. And to the gear, stim shot, increased time to fully heal the player. So that got a nerf. Armor, resolved an issue where armor protected from more damage than intended when hitting areas of the body that have damage multipliers, such as the head or upper chest. This primarily affects weapons with chest modifiers such as sniper rifles or weapons with high caliber too. The acoustic sensor, which is a straight cheat code, I use it on all my classes. Reduce the range at which sprinting enemies are detected. Well, that sucks. Perks, dead silence, reduce player movement volume and distance that players equipped with dead silence can be heard by enemies. The intention for dead silence is not to be completely silent, but also not to allow enemies to hear your movements from longer distances. Engineer, extraction, helicopter, and heist will no longer be highlighted by the engineer perk. Score streaks. The Mantis resolved an issue where Mantis could be destroyed by touching the out of bounds area of a map. Dart, increase explosion radius and damage. Players can now use a second dart when earning 2 dart score streaks. Strike team, prevented strike team kills from contributing towards owners' kills without dying medals. Now this right here is really big. So a lot of YouTubers and a lot of YouTubers and just a lot of players in general were using the strike team so that because all the kills counted towards a nuclear meta, towards whatever, like they said, towards owners' kills without dying medals. Now it's gonna be harder to get nuclears. So that sucks. Gameplay. Reduced ranges required for long shot medals for assault rifles, attack rifles, submachine guns, and light machine guns. So that's pretty cool. It's going to make grinding for dark metal a little bit easier because a lot of the long shot medals were sort of hard to get. Resolved an issue where the hard stop challenge could reset before reaching 300. Resolved an issue where the marksman mastery challenge would not give 10,000 XP upon completion. Resolved an issue where destroying friendly score streaks would award score. Really? Players can no longer crouch or go prone while performing a gesture. Game modes, increase XP earn rate in heist. Increase amount of XP earned per kill in free-for-all. Resolved an issue where hardcore wins were not counted towards challenges. Resolved an issue in free-for-all where recon players could receive vision pulse assist score. A silent plant option in custom games should now make planting and defusing bombs completely silent. And onto the maps. So the maps, an icebreaker adjusted cover pieces to discourage players from spawn camping. Added cover to the lower respawn side. Wow, that's pretty cool. Slums, adjusted cover pieces to discourage players from spawn camping. Miscellaneous, several map fixes to address exploits that allowed players to leave the intended play space. So I did notice that. I noticed in a couple of maps that some of the some of the head glitches that were on the map prior, some of them are actually not on there. So if you actually go on Icebreaker and Slums, just look over the map. You'll see some of the head glitch spots are not there anymore, which is pretty cool. In theater files recorded before this update will no longer be viewable due to significant architectural changes to the system. As noted in our previous major update, we will make every effort to keep instances of incompatibility to a minimum. Added a watermark in the HUD that only displays when in theater mode. Why this change? We often see players posting videos recorded from theater as a demonstration of poor hit detection or other issues that appear to be incorrect. While theater represents what happened in a match in a general sense, it does not reflect with 100% accuracy all of the details as they were experienced live. Live recorded gameplay footage is the more accurate method for reporting behavior in the game that is not performing as expected. With this change, we can better identify theater clips when reviewing community videos and therefore filter them out for the more accurate live recorded clips. Audio change resolved issue that caused footsteps to sound muffled when they shouldn't be. On to Blackout. So for all the Blackout players, so playlist, 100 player solos added to featured playlist. Maximum player count set to 88 for duos and quads. Audio, tweak setting to ensure friendly teammate footsteps are now quieter than enemy footsteps. That was huge actually, especially in the beta. I mean, you'd be able to hear your teammates' footsteps and you'd think that they're enemies. That's a no-no. So that's pretty cool that they fixed that. Adjusted footsteps for all armor types in first person and third person to give better directionality and distance information. Resolved an issue that occasionally caused footsteps to be silent. Resolved issues that cause footsteps to become muffled when they shouldn't be. Armor now allows more damage to pass through to areas of the body that have damage multipliers, such as the head or upper chest. For example, headshots now do more damage against level 3 armor. Character missions. Unlock remaining specialist character missions: Battery, Firebreak, Nomad, Prophet, Ruin, and Seraph. Item found notifications. To tag an item for your teammate, approach the item and select the bottom, center, and command on your command wheel. This will display the item in text on your team's HUD and highlight the item in the world for your team. That's pretty cool. Increase the brightness of items when a teammate tags them as item found via the command wheel. Increase duration that items tagged as using items found are displayed in the world to your team. Calling cards and challenges. Resolved an issue where completing Dark Ops challenges would not unlock their associating calling card. Resolved an issue where certain challenges rewarded the same calling card. The UI resolved an issue where the altimeter could disappear during infiltration. Resolved an issue where incorrect inventory items could be shown while spectating another player. Miscellaneous resolved an issue that allowed players to shoot through certain rocks, improve visual quality of the grass. Resolved an issue where the after action report would show double damage when in squads. Resolved an issue where echelon ranking wasn't showing properly at max rank. So those are the those are the Blackout updates that they have updated. Now going into zombies, I'm not really a zombies player, but I will go over for the zombies, for the zombie community. The zombies, so gameplay: increase XP earn rate for hardcore and realistic difficulties. Blood of Death addressed an issue where the new industries portal ghost remained visible from the start of the step. Fixed lever animation on the powerhouse ghoul in the main Easter egg quest. Looks like a Roman numerals 9. Resolved an issue where players could be tossed outside the intended play space of the boss battle arena. Resolved an issue where earning mule kick could take away all player weapons and money. Miscellaneous in zombies resolved an issue preventing players from applying their clan tag or using a kill counter after weapon prestige. Resolved an issue where the SG-12 lost all attachments when pack-a-punched. Fixed multiple exploit spots in the map. Fixed several stability issues associated with entering and exiting the alchemy lab at specific times. Earning additional perks will now be displayed on the player's HUD. Resolved issue with prestige master not functioning correctly. Resolved several issues with custom mutation options not working correctly. Resolved an issue where the wrong camo could be displayed on a weapon. Resolved an issue where players were not getting revived when the DG5 power plant ability had been enabled. Resolved several instances of anywhere but here not working when activated on a moving platform, like the gondola and Blood of the Dead. Fixed an exploit where players could keep their special weapons out indefinitely. So that's all for the zombies. And in general, social. Players can now invite players who are online but not in the game to their in-game party. Miscellaneous resolved an issue where particular weapon camos would overlap weapon optics. Resolved multiple issues with paint jobs not showing up in game. Resolved an issue where your gun rack would show up when inspecting other players. Resolved an issue where emblems for other players would appear in lower resolution than expected in the social menu. General stability fixes and performance improvements across multiplayer, Blackout, and zombies. And if they go ahead and start saying, let us know what you think of the new playlist and improvements once you've had some time to get out there and test everything out across all modes, and this is from Treyarch and Treyarch's Reddit page. This is crazy. I mean, this is a huge update. Treyarch is known for listening to the community, and it shows in this huge patch update for October 30th. Today is the 31st. Happy Halloween to everybody out there. Please be safe. Look over the candy that you guys get today. Make sure your kids are safe, because I don't want to see anyone in the hospital, anyone on the news. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for today's video. Let me know in the comment section below, what else does Treyarch need to do in order to improve in Black Ops 4. If you are new to the channel, just hit that subscribe button if you love Call of Duty, and turn on the post notifications so you won't miss any new Call of Duty videos on this channel. My name is Gerald, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.